But let's put it on record. It is President John Mahama and the late President Rawlings. In their regimes alone, they were able to prosecute their officers in government.
Akufo did the same.
Who?
With the sports minister.
Oh, the sports minister, was he a
But he was in his government.
Was he a proper MP?
He was in his government.
Let's see.
No.
Wait, so which sports minister are we talking about?
Malamisa.
Malamisa.
Oh, Malamisa's situation.
You see, we don't.
Was Malamisa not in the
You don't go there.
He was in the government.
You see,
But why are you saying he was not a proper MPP?
Oh, but Malamisa.
He was in government.
He was in
Yeah,
government.
he was in government, but he was coming from somewhere. Yeah, he wasn't an MPP.
Yeah.
He knows that.
So you're
No.
saying that he was coming from somewhere, so he was just used as a sacrifice.
As a scapegoat.
Scapegoat.
From that end,
He was a member of
look
the
at the
government.
kind of
So he wouldn't have been dealt with if he were your core MPP.
exactly. They don't
It's not
have that track record.
It's not true.
So when they are talking about corruption and dealing with your own, MPP does not have that moral turpitude to talk about that. John Mahama, His Excellency, in his time as a president, prosecuted Abu Ghafili. His own. They are all coming from the northern part of this country. He did that. But what do we see today? So when we are talking about somebody doing something in relation to corruption and allowing it to just go or put it under the carpet, then I don't get it. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is a different person altogether when it comes to corruption. And I know that anybody in this government or any appointee in this government will be dealt with if that person finds himself in a situation where we get to that arena. You see, my dear, when you talk about Ora, you see, Ora was not just a dream or something that was done or instituted because of political witch hunt. No. You see, during the campaigning in the 2024 elections, everywhere John Mahama visited, the people were complaining about the loot in the system. NPP appointees, some of them, not all of them, did a lot of things. The opulence alone was too much. It was too glare for the people to see. Because some people who were nowhere, within a short time, started building mansions, started riding in cars that you don't estimate ordinarily that they will be able to purchase same. It is within the same time that under Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, who could found a certain minister of state, his house, over $1 million in your house. This has never happened anywhere before. It was within the same period that boxes of money was being packed in a house, and somebody who was a PA to a CEO was jubilating with those dollars and monies. I mean, that kind of opulence and impudence gave the Ghanaian populace the reason to tell President John Dramani Mahama that, you see, we are going to vote for you because the opulence is too much. But when you come, how do we get those monies, those properties that belongs to the state that has been stolen? If you go to Kumasi,
I think stolen should be too strong a word for now.
Sorry?
Stolen should be too strong a word for
Allegedly.
now.
Stolen. Oh, my dear. Is it not, if it, I'm not, I've been magnanimous when I say, of course.
Lawyer, you have been
so,
magnanimous?
When I say,
Nobody has stolen money yet.
No,
I don't know that yet.
I should have used the word robbed,
about the land.
but I do not use robbed. I said stolen. The state has been robbed, though. Seriously.
Allegedly.
Let's be no. You see, we will get to that point. I understand where you are coming from.
No, I'm trying to learn from you.
Yes, but
The state has been robbed, allegedly.
no, but look at the state itself now.
I mean, you have, that's why oral is working.
Exactly.
Investigations.
So when you see, when something has been stolen from you, you see in the full glare of it that, oh, this thing has been stolen. But we will say allegedly. But at least me, that the thing has been stolen from me, I will say that I have been robbed, has been stolen from me. So I am not a spectator. I am a citizen. So I have been robbed. The state has been robbed. We have been robbed. Things have been stolen from us. So look, with this opulence and plain vague of display of things that has been taken from the state and nothing been done, because you see, when
lands,
you see, lands, when you go to Boteman, you see, he himself is saying something. I like the way we are conducting, because we are citizens, not spectators.
I wanted to say something to you, but I refuse to say it.
If you go to Kumasi, the same thing over there. Government land.
There's various issues about Ramsar site, Ashaman. I mean, I have a gentleman who's always every morning sending messages.
It's so terrible.
Ramsar site, Ashaman.
And
the lands are just Sakumono area.
Yes.
You get it? And if the people who you came before had done that, would there be any land left for the development of this country?
What even bothers me is the indigenous people.
You get it?
The indigenous people,
of the areas
let's say,
where the lands are being
because those
taken.
lands, they belong to people in Nungwa and La, and people are just going for them, you know.
So you think that there's justification for this oral work?
Not.
Yes.
We didn't need to create another structure to do that. You could have used existing structures to do it. You could have used Yoko.
Where I disagree with you. ORA is a project. It's a project that's supposed to be done and do away with, because we had so many reports during the campaign period. President Mahama promised the people of Ghana that I'm going to investigate this and I will name it Operation Recover All Loot. So he gave it to some people that receive those reports, because the Attorney General's office is burdened with a lot of issues. They may not have that kind of time
Yoko can deal with it. NIV can deal with it.
But at least ORA did not cost the state.
So that's why I say
it did not cost the state a dime.
So this is what Ahmed Seidu thinks about Malam Issa. He said that Malam Issa was PNP member who, yes, he was PNP, who was lured to Kufuor's government and framed for corruption.
So
I mean, that story has been there.
Yes, I'm justified. So as I was saying, so ORA
was he in the government? He was a member of the government.
ORA is a tool.
Yes, but he's telling you what.
ORA is a tool.
Was he in the government? Yes or no? Yes,
to
the government.
To the investigation aspect of unveiling a lot of corruption that has taken place. And if you look at the work that ORA has done, the prosecution that will be going on, because the Attorney General, as a lawyer, the Attorney General will sit and look at the merits of those cases. And the merits of those cases will determine the next line of action. So, in fulfillment of a campaign promise,
yes. So
that project needed to be done for the people of Ghana to be satisfied. But not, you see, we did not jump the gun by just taking people to court
start prosecution.
Start prosecution.
And that would have been the work of the existing institutions.
So that is
yes. Start calling you and start prosecution.
That is why.
So that would have given a picture of witch hunting.
Exactly. No. So let's collect, receive those reports. Let's put them together. Let us do certain background investigations about those things that you are talking about, if indeed hold some water. And that is the work of ORA. They have done that. They are submitted same to the president.
And,
So basically,
then
Ora
also,
was collecting
apart from what
stories.
we know Ablakwa was doing as member of parliament, they now set up a preparatory team and opened the door that Ghanaians join. So, Honorable, do you get it? I mean, the picture is that everybody who was interested and had information will be a part of this whole preparatory activity.
Ora was doing.
When we're in office, I told him something about a call I received personally about a minister of state in their government who had sent so much money into his house. The houseboy packed those monies into the house, but he was not given a dime. So he got angry and made some calls. You get it?
Who was this minister?
So the ordinary Ghanaian, the people in MPP were so much angry that they were ready to volunteer information, critical information.
You can't hear my question.
What's the time? What is the time now? 9:49. 9:49. In fact, when it is 9:49,
you mentioned the name.
No, when it is 9:49, I can't hear a female's voice. So interestingly, the people living in MPP were so much annoyed about the conduct of their own people. And for that matter, they were willing and ready to volunteer information to that effect.
Could I volunteer the same information to...
You see, sometimes, let me be honest with you, sometimes, personally, if I'm going to the ministry to have a discussion with a minister, you get there and you can sit there for an hour or two because of busy schedule. You get it? And when you don't have so much to do, if I'm there to volunteer information and I'm to sit there for an hour or two to volunteer that information, do you think I will be able to have that kind of patience and wait? I will not be able to do that. So the project that was instituted by His Excellency John Mahama, that is the ORA, to collect those information and receive those information, it is in order. Now, you see, procedure has been followed. President commissioned the project.
He commissioned when he was not president.
He said when he was the president-elect.
But he was not president.
But he was the president-elect.
But it's a project.
It's a project. So he did not put any legal back into it. It was a project that he was doing. And he has the right to do that project. And when he became the president, he has received the information. He has a minister of state in charge of justice. That's Dr. Aini. He has handed over the processes to them. You see, it's unlike the witch hunt that your government did. We don't want to repeat things that has happened in the future. That was why I was so worried when we took over power. There were things that were happening about people chasing other people. Because what was done to me, I was not happy with it. At that time, my Land Cruiser that I was driving, I had never held any public office before. That I was driving my Land Cruiser, I've used it in 2016 elections, gone to campaign with it, and I had put it for body works and stray. I was there when I was told that national security in Kumasi has taken has come for my Land Cruiser. They called me that they came to the car and they said, where was the car coming from? So I went there and asked them, do you know me?
You know the job I do.
You know the job I do. So you think as a lawyer I can afford to buy a Land Cruiser? That is an insult to my intelligence and personality. At least you are a national security personnel. You should have checked the chassis number of the car and find out, cross-check, and find out if it is indeed a state car. Before you took over that car, you did not do that because somebody.
Harassment.
Is there?
Political harassment.
You see, political harassment. I was not happy about what happened, even though with my documents I got my car back, but I was not happy because at that time after elections I was not feeling too well. We've lost presidency. I've lost my elections. Sitting in my village thinking about myself. my son will tell you, Daddy, I was sitting my somewhere. Sitting my somewhere, thinking about myself.
So
my car being at the mechanic shop, being confiscated by some good-for-nothing so-called regional security something.
You can't say that.
Because if you are good enough, my brother, if you are good enough, you do due diligence when it comes. I've been telling people.
No.
Because you see, when you go and chase after somebody's car.
Before you see the cars.
Before you see the car.
Don't say that.
When you see the car, you see, my brother,
we're on air.
when you see a car, you see, it's very simple. My brother Logas will tell you, look for car number. Call Logas right now to cross-check who is the owner of this car. They will tell you. So you don't just go about seizing cars. It is never done. So if you are not good for nothing, you will not do that. You get where I'm coming from. So when these things happened, it creates kind of tensions in the country, and it's not good for the country. So President Mahama commissioning ORA, making sure that they deliver their work is in order. And all that I pray is that I don't want us to go to court on cases that will spend so much time.
Frivolous cases.
Frivolous cases. No. I know Dr. Aini, and I believe in his integrity so much.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, personally, let me be sincere and honest to everybody. When Dr. Aini was appointed as the Attorney General, you know, me as a grassroots person and my reservations, I did not want to put the heart of a lawyer on. I wanted to put the heart of a foot soldier. Dr. Aini, the person who want you, getting people put behind bars and others, you will not do it. You go by the procedure and make sure that things are done rightly. But me, I was looking for somebody, at that time I had forgotten myself that I'm a lawyer. I was looking for somebody who, for no reason, can put you somewhere so that at least the grassroots will be happy. But the question is, is that the right thing to do? Would there be a sanity in the country? Are we repeating the same thing that was done in future? So that when tomorrow we are not in power, somebody will do the same thing. Yeah. So that it means that we'll be repeating ourselves as a country. And it's no good. So Dr. Aini, big ups to you. I know him very well. I know his integrity. He's a nice man, very good brain, will do justice. But I'm pleading with them.